Thing is, just the way I have it set up, it, you know, it does that thing with the textures on the ground and stuff. But yeah. I mean, a lot of people told me that whenever I look it up, it's like, oh, 8500 GT, you can't run any new games that... It's like, oh, you can't run this, you can't run that, you won't be able to play Fallout New Vegas, you can't put a fucking Bioshock on it. It runs them all flawlessly. Hell, it ran Bioshock 2 in high texture, high shaders, everything high, and it ran it at a high resolution just fine. Runs Fallout and Fallout 2 just fine. It runs all the new games just fine. And it's, for an integrated graphics card, that is very good. I need money, and there's the Atomic Tangos in there. You get money for the Silver Rush stuff too, but you find out they're dealing with the Legion. They're bad people. I'll get ambushed if I go down there. Damn it, I need money, I need money. And then I need to go to Bitter Springs. Ooh, I'm sorry about the frame rate. No, he's the Atomic Tango. And that one you need a lot of speech and convincing and stuff to get it. That guy's a bounty hunter. Here's where you can gamble. You gotta give him either NCR or Legion money. Get your chips. I suck at gambling, so I'm not gonna do anything involving that. Like, I cannot play Caravan because I am terrible.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. What can I get you? We've got the basics covered, but now you mention it, we have had unusual requests from some of our wealthier customers. If you can recruit escorts to match these customers' proclivities, I'd be willing to pay you finder's fees. Our wealthiest client has a thing for ghouls and a thing for cowboys. He wants an escort who can satisfy both fetishes. Plenty of customers have said they'd be willing to pay extra for a suave talker, someone who can fake the boyfriend experience real good. And then there's these disgusting robot fetishists you may have heard about. Well, those creeps want a sex bot. If you ever run across a sex bot, not that I'd ever want one within 100 feet of me, but I gotta be a businessman about it. Just don't rough up the merchandise before delivery. You break it, you bought it. Okay, you got yourself a deal. Find escorts to fill the positions, and I'll pay double. Just direct them to the Wrangler. I'll pay you when they show up. For the right caps, I might be able to put in a good word. Let people know you're not such a bad guy. What do you have in mind? Alright, I can chat you up, but it's gonna cost you. I'm not risking my reputation around here for nothing. What do you need then?
Yeah, you can do that to get, you know, people off your back, stop attacking you, get rid of the random shit.
The best place to start would be with Ralph, at Mick and Ralph's over on the east end of Freeside. Other than that, your guess is as good as mine. Bye.
The sex bot. God. I'm not gonna spoil that one. That one is a card right there. But Suave Talker, there's one down there, there's another way out there. You gotta go to the Mormon Fort for the ghoul and the sex bots in this old electronics factory. Now, I wonder if I can get... Whoa. Just heard someone pull out a gun. The kings here, the random various kings, keep law and order in Freeside, so they're your friends as long as you don't piss them off. I mean, if you're going for that cannibal thing... Oh, there's this unmarked little perk you can get if you eat a piece of Mr. House, President Kimley, the King, and...
Got something you want to say?
Mr. House, President Kimley, the King, and Caesar, you get a special bonus to a bunch of your primary statistics. It's actually a really neat thing.
You look new to Freeside, so here's a little advice, friend. Don't go past the Southgate greeter without talking to it first.
I don't have enough caps on me to just walk past.
The name's Old Ben. I've been living in Freeside since the day I was born. Those bots are programmed to vaporize anyone who enters the fenced-in area without authorization from the greeter. I've done a bit of everything around here. Courier, butcher, crier, escort, gun for hire. Some of which I'm not proud of, but I do my best to help around town when needed. Exactly one of the reasons I got out of that job. Too many shifty characters looking to have someone else move their hot items. My father ran a butcher shop here in town, but business went downhill when another vendor started selling this strange meat at half our prices. You're telling me, not long after my father's shop went under and he passed away from the loss, people around town started experiencing shakes. No one gets shakes like that unless they're eating human flesh, but no one would believe me. The sick bastard gradually went insane and passed away. Wasn't long before someone moved into the guy's place and found half-buried human remains in the crawl space. I didn't bother saying "told you so." After a while, I made enough money to get a passport into Vegas. Back then, you could get approved for entry for a fraction of what it costs now. Well, I got a job working as a crier outside of the Tops, advertising for the local talent performing at the casino. That didn't last long. Well, being a suave young guy, I chatted up the ladies from time to time, and one of the manager's girls started to take a liking to me. I never touched a woman, but the jealous prick decided it was my time to go. He framed me by saying I'd stolen from the casino. Sure enough, a few grand was missing from the casino vault. I have to assume the bastard stole the funds and figured I was a convenient fall guy. Yeah, but what can you do? I was stripped of my casino apartment and all of my belongings and booted back into Freeside. From there, I didn't have a lot of career options, as my rep was destroyed. So the escort job sort of fell into my lap. No pun intended. Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but I was packing a whole different kind of heat. No, escort just sounds better than man-whore. Yep. I was damn good at my job, too. But after a while, I just felt like a piece of meat and had to quit. When I quit the escort job, I had enough money to buy a pistol belt and some other gear. Bodyguards make a good, honest living, and I had the wits and physical build to handle most thugs. After saving a few tourists from trouble, I got a reputation for being a stand-up guy again, and after a decade, managed to save up enough to retire. All right. I'm retired, but life has been a bit dull without some kind of action. What's the job? Ah, I get you. So you think because of my past escort work, I'd be interested in that kind of thing. I got out of that work because it just made me feel empty inside. What makes you think I would ever go back to that degradation? I never put much thought into the well-being my clients got out of my services. I suppose they only get as much as I put into it. Tell Garrett I'd be happy to start at the Wrangler immediately. This should be a nice change of pace from retirement. Talk to you later.
That's 200 caps there. You need 2,000 to just walk into the strip. Or you can get a passport from the kings. You know, this is just because I'm doing this so quickly. This is the first time I've actually had issues with caps. Normally I have thousands upon thousands of... Oh shit, something's attacking me. We need 50 sneak to sneak this bastard of a gun into the casinos.
Stop by the Silver Rush and we'll give you the means.
It's a holdout weapon. I'm guessing the Atomic Wrangler didn't start out as a whorehouse. Gonna get my caps. Oh shit, he's going in the back room.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. I have some work I need handled. Back before we instituted the caps up front rule, we used to allow customers tabs. Well, needless to say, a few customers snuck out without paying their bills. We need someone to collect. The job would pay a percentage. If you bring all their debts back, we'll give you a cut of each. 25% is more than fair. It would add up to 150 caps if you bring them all in. Alright, 50-50 it is. But you better bring back all of the caps. If we hear you crossed us, the next bounty hunter will be coming for you. Great. There are 3 people who need to be tracked down. A real mixed basket of fruits. Their names are Grex, Santiago, and Lady Jane. Lady Jane fancies herself a high roller, but she's just another dirtbag NCR prospector. I'm not sure where to find her. I hear she's run goods for the followers of the apocalypse in the past, but other locals might know more. She owes us 250 caps. Grex is a bit cracked, but mostly harmless. Just don't mention anything about his lazy eye. He owes 138 caps and should still be around Freeside. Santiago is a suave son of a bitch, but a total pansy when it comes to fisticuffs. He owes 212 caps and should be around Freeside as well. Anything else you need? Later.
Garrett's going into the back room, so I won't be able to get my caps yet. That's good. I can just walk out there. I'm trying to remember how to get to him. Here we go.
Welcome back. What can I get you? And who would that be? I've heard some stories of that old guy. I'm amazed he's still alive with how much he's been through. If the stories are true, he'll be a valuable commodity here at the Wrangler. I appreciate the find. See ya.
Yeah, I leveled up. Aha! See, I didn't forget. Repair another 5 guns. I'm pretty satisfied with guns for the time being. I mean, you need 100 guns and 9 or 8 strength to use the anti-material rifle, but I don't plan on using that. What else should I level up? Barter, maybe? There was something I needed to level up, but I've totally and completely forgotten about it by this point. Shit. Oh, put some points in. Sneak, that was it. Welcome to level 12. Oh, well, thank you. Life giver, fast metabolism. Crap. Also crap.